As you can probably hear the motor running. We normally go camping in the old Judge here, but the Judge, or sometimes in the little truck there, but we sold our camper. The camper's been sold. So I'm gonna swing you around here and try to show you what we're going in this time. We'll see. We'll see how this works out. I don't know if you can see the dog in the back seat. We've got everything packed in there for a 4 or 5 day 4 or 5 day camp trip in a little Ford Fiesta. Headed up to Colorado, and we'll see how it works. Hopefully we'll paint something from this trip. All right, let's get going. Hey, yeah, so that was quite a trip. I'll tell you a little bit about it as we go along. These are Blackwing. This is a Blackwing 602 that I'm using, and I've probably talked about them before. I really like those pencils. I like them. I think this that I'm working with now, the 602, you know, I don't know, maybe it says somewhere on the box, but it just says smooth Japanese graphite, genuine California incense cedar. It's got a unique eraser, and the sales benefit music and art in schools. So anyway, it's about a, I don't know, it's softer than a number 2, maybe a 2B or something like that. And I also use one of their black ones in here, and that one's even a little bit softer, maybe a 3B, 4B, something like that. But this this drawing, I'm only going to do pencil drawing this time, and I'm not going to use any ink. I want to make an oil painting one out of this, and I may do a watercolor out of it too. It was a pretty neat little shot, and so anyway, I'm just going to do a little bit of a kind of a value study with a pencil here, and hopefully you enjoy that. And if you try one of your own, I will tell you, you may want to excuse me, even get a little softer pencil, a little darker or something. The values aren't quite dark enough in this, and I probably could have just gone over them again, but when I finish it, but I didn't. But if you do one for yourself and you're trying to make it nice, you need to have a 4 or 5B, something a little softer to get a little bit darker on some of the darks. Hey, if you're out there, I just wanted to say hello to, we have there's a new person watching, and that I happen to meet, and in the future I'll tell you how I know her, or how I met her. But anyway, I just thought I'd say hi, Shorty. If you're out there, here's one for you to draw. Yeah, I bumped into somebody who watches the videos and draws them and attempts to you know, make one of their own. I thought that was kind of fun. So Shorty, I hope you enjoy this one. Yeah, we're camping out there, and man, forest fires. You guys know that forest fires are going on. Colorado, Utah, New Mexico, everything was shut down. So we headed for Colorado, just looking for anything that was open still. And here's a little picture to give you an idea. That was a photograph I took directly at the sun at about 1 in the afternoon, 2 maybe. Smoke rolled into our campsite. We didn't know that. We were away. We were in Creed, Colorado, just touristing, you know. And when we drove back, this our campsite was down on the other side of those trees you see down in the valley. And we saw that, and I thought, man, that looks like haze, but it smelled like smoke. So, heck, man, we headed back to the campsite ready to pack it up. You know, we were thinking, holy cow, man, the fire is coming, you know. And no, we got there, and we weren't there 20 minutes, and the forest rangers came around and said that the fire it's from the fire that was out near Durango, and the wind was coming our way, but that the fire was a long way from us, and not to worry. And sure enough, you know, it was smoky that day, which was annoying. You know, your sinuses get kind of clogged up and stuff like that. But the next morning we woke up in the tent and all good. This little fox was there, and I was able to get just a couple shots of them. I took several, but these two came out. Cutest little gray fox, big fluffy tail, and I wanted to bring him home. He was just a cutie, man. So anyway, yes, I'm going to show you here. This is a pencil sharpener made by Blackwing. I'm not getting paid by them at all, but yeah, I don't get paid by them. I just enjoy those pencils. You know, one of the things they do, I've probably talked about it, but they were real famous back in the 40s. You know, John Steinbeck, the author, used them, and now to try and get a Steinbeck, I believe they're worth about $40 a pencil. What they do is they come out with a volume. They only print so many, and every time they go into a printing, why it has a reason. They print one that is because of somebody. You know, there's a reason for it. There's well, for instance, one edition, the 344. I've got a box here in my hand. I kind of loosely collect them. It was in 1936, Dorothea Lange. You know who she was. She took a lot of those photographs of the Okies. Took one of the most recognizable photographs in American history, The Migrant Mother. Captures the essence of the Depression era through a 30-year-old working mother of 7. It is one of the most striking images of photography ability to capture emotion and tell a story. Anyway, so there's, you know, that volume was Dorothea Lange. Here's one, this is volume 54, and this is it was all about surrealism, the surrealist movement of the early 20th century. Sought to channel unconscious as a means to unlock power of the imagination. So anyway, enough about the pencils. I'm not trying to talk you into them. I just enjoy them. So use them if you want. I will leave a link if I can find one. I don't order them. I buy them at everybody. You know, if you watch the channel, you know I live on fountain pens. But so there's a place in Albuquerque called Pen and Pad that I've been going to for years, and I just love the place, and they happen to sell these pencils, so that's where I get them. But there you can get them online. So here I'm just I moved things around quite a bit in this little drawing. You know, there was a guy standing there, and obviously it's a pretty loose little drawing. I just since I'm going to do an oil painting, I'm kind of taking advantage of you guys. I thought, well, I'll play with the composition and do a pencil drawing and just see if that's how I want to do the oil painting. It's a vibrant little photograph when you see it. I liked it. I suppose what I like most about it is the value contrast. I think what this was, I didn't see a plaque for it, but there is a museum there that might explain it. And there may have been a plaque. I don't recall looking for one. But what I think that was is a little miniature steam engine that went in the mine. And you know, someone stood right there where I'm working right now. Someone probably stood back there right at the back of the steam engine and drove it out of the mine with the coal or whatever they were mining in those little cars behind it. Yeah, it's a neat little place. Creed, I don't know if you've never been there. It's worth seeing at least once. You know, I've been there. Sherry and I go there. We've been there a couple times and had a great time both times. It's really, although I will say that whole Colorado area, Wolf Creek, all that, you know, the San Juan National Forest was closed. We were in the Rio Grande National Forest, which went into stage 2 the following day after that smoke. You know, they came by and told us no campfires and that kind of thing. We ended up staying a few more days, just living off little camp stoves. But my point is, the bark beetle has really gotten that whole area up there. This campsite that we were at, North Creek, it's on North Creek Campground, I think it is. We're about, I don't know, 25-30 minutes out of Creed, Colorado, between Creed and Lake City, it's called. And it was nice there. There's not a bunch of dead trees, but everywhere else in that area, dead trees just abound, man. They just, oh my God. Yeah, we were at a campground up there that only had like, I don't know, 6-8 spots at the most. Met the most interesting guy. His name was Tom. And if you ever see the video, Tom, how you doing, buddy? He meets a lot of people. He lives in his casita. No, it's not a casita. It's the other brand. What's that? Anyway, they're little short white camp trailers. I can't think of the name of it, but. And he's been living there for a few years, and he does wildlife photography. And he gets by, you know. He's retired and lives in his camp trailer and just kind of chases 70-degree weather wherever he goes. He came over and had dinner with us one night and has a handful of great stories. And anyway, we really enjoyed his company and just enjoyed the evening, man. Pleasant time up there. I'm sure I had more to talk about, but it's not coming to mind here. What I'm trying to do with the pencil there, not very successfully, didn't spend enough time on it. On the right-hand side behind the building, it's a big sheer rock, and if you drive up the road in front of that little coffee shop, there is, at the end of the town, there is a mine. In any case, where the darker rocks are behind the building is further back and less lit by the sun. And if I were really trying to make a nice, you know, pencil or a nice work of art here, you would do a lot of work on that back area. The front piece of rock is closer to the little town of Creed, which is, I mean, it's right on the edge of town, so it's much lighter. So anyway, I think if you worked with it, you could probably get a lot better aerial perspective in there. But like I say, I just wanted to do this one and work with the composition a little bit, see what I want to do for the oil painting. Hopefully you guys are out there doing something. Did anybody else camp during I've had a few of my friends on Instagram posting that say they camped, but it's getting scary. I think Colorado, while we were there, had 4 fires going, man. During the time we were there were, I think, 4 forest fires going on all at once. So it's a nice little cafe too there. I should have gotten their name and put it in there. It was a little internet cafe, people sitting outside at like a bar, right there next to the sidewalk where folks are walking by, and they're just working on their computers, you know, just like anywhere. Creed's a fun little place. You know, they have plays there too. They have a, it's not improvisational, what's it called? Anyway, they have a playhouse there, and while we were there, people were filing out, just finished going to a play. So we had the dog with us, which makes it very difficult because we can't leave him in the vehicle. It's too warm. Even though the temperature's up there 20 degrees lower than, that's why we go to Colorado, get up, you know, we're camped somewhere around 10,000 feet, which much nicer than down here in south of Albuquerque, where it's not like Tucson, but man, it's warm, especially if you want to do anything outside. Well, listen guys, I didn't put in any credits in the end here. And I think I'm going to change the music in the beginning. I don't know what I'm going to do. We'll see. I haven't even put music on this one. But I did leave you a couple of pictures of Creed, some nice pictures of some flowers, and the picture of this scene that I drew. So, be safe, have fun, draw or doodle or paint something today. You know, get out and do something, whatever it is you like to do. Beautiful flowers up there all over the place. Listen, take care. I will see you on the next one. Bye now.